Friends, grace and peace to you in the name of the risen Christ. It's Wednesday morning here at Asbury, and it is the day after. I know when I went to bed last night, I was not feeling particularly hopeful about the direction of our election. And unfortunately, those fears were confirmed when I woke up and I began looking at the news, began receiving texts from friends and colleagues and family members, and began talking with Leanne about my own emotional well-being and her emotional well-being as we were naming our anxiety, our fear of feeling scared, of thinking about the uncertainty of the future, of knowing that there are any number of folks who are experiencing those very same feelings right now. And I know many of you woke up this morning thinking the very same thing about, wow, what now? What next? And having to live into that liminal space of maybe even not even having a future orientation given the results of last night's election. I also know we live in a community, in a country in which there are any number of folks who are waking up this morning feeling good about what happened last night. And we hold in tension in a functioning democracy those broad viewpoints, those differing viewpoints. And we seek to be, I think, a country that can move forward despite our differences. But if I want to be truthful, I really don't know how we can move past this divide that continues to further fracture whole communities. And I know I'm especially concerned about those folks who live on the margins of things, those immigrant groups who were under continual attack, the LGBTQIA plus community, that there are any number of ads saying that, you know what, if this happens, then this is going to happen, being used as political fodder for political gain in some cases. I know that there are many family and friends and people we love dearly who hold a different political viewpoint. And it's okay that we can live in the midst of those differences, but the growing vitriol and further divide of those differences, I'm afraid, are only going to worsen. And so the question becomes, who do we become and who are we as a church in the midst of all this? I think for now, words aren't sufficient to name all that has happened and potentially what will happen. It is okay for us to kind of live in that liminal space. I was reminded this morning that, we worship one who was crucified, who experienced the full depth of darkness, but was able to experience God's grace in resurrection. And we may not see it right now, but it's okay for us to lean into that hope together. But we can also live life together where we name our anxieties and our fears for the future, where we can name perhaps the direction that we need to go as a church community. I know we are committed to being a place where all means all, where everybody is welcome, where everyone can live out of their authentic selves, knowing that God has created them in a beautiful image and that they are seen and you are loved. And this is a place of God's welcoming grace where we can experience the love of Christ and be empowered by the Holy Spirit. I don't know what the days ahead are going to hold, but if you need to talk to me, please don't hesitate to reach out. If we need to find space to lament, we can certainly lift up all of our concerns together, but we are also committed to be a church that is engaged in the world, ready to live out God's call for justice, to love mercy, to love one another, to share in this life of faith together, even if we have to walk through those deep valleys. God is still with us. Christ's presence is still here, and the Holy Spirit continues to move in and through each and every one of us. Know that you are seen, know that you are loved, know that your feelings matter right now, and that Asbury will continue to be that place for you where we can express who we are openly and fully, knowing that You are loved. Thank you.